Hey guys, welcome back to the Tegiwa YouTube channel. We're here today at Milltek Sport HQ in Derby, and it's been a couple of weeks since we dropped the FL5 off at the guys, and yeah, we've got a brand new Milltek Sport exhaust. So we're joined with Phil. He's the sales and marketing manager here at Milltek.
Yeah.
How was it? How was the development?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we've had the car for 2 weeks now. We're really pleased with it. We've developed 3 configurations. The downpipes off the previous generation car fit this, so that was good. We didn't have to do anything with that. But the exhaust system's very different. So we've developed a completely new revised rear silencer, and the silencers that are coming for the Road Plus and for the resonated version are completely redesigned from the ground up as well.
Amazing.
So
what can you talk us about the 3 different options? So what is Road Plus and what is the resonated, non-resonated? What will you get with that? How many like back boxes and stuff?
Yeah, so I'll start with the non-resonated version, which is the loudest of all 3 configurations that we've got. I say it's the loudest. It's the loudest with the standard downpipe and GPF filter still in place. But this is a non-resonated version, so it's got a center silencer, a front silencer, delete pipe, center silencer, delete pipe, and then it's got a dual rear silencer which is valved. Okay. And it works off the factory valve settings. But what we've done is we've designed our own valve, which is 15% larger than the OE valve and 15% larger than the valves that some of our competitors might be using on their systems. So it just increases flow and increases sound when the valves are actually open.
Oh, cool.
It's a 3-inch system on this as well, so all 3 variants of our systems will be 3 inches. Yeah. So yeah, this is non-resonated. We're going to do a Road Plus version, which will be like a bit of a middle ground. It will be a bit quieter than this. This isn't excessively loud by any means, but the Road Plus will be a little bit more toned down. And then the resonated version is for countries where you have to have ECE approval on the systems. We've managed to reduce back pressure by 20%.
Nice.
Which will increase performance across the rev range, and it'll allow the turbo to spool up quicker. Yeah. Another interesting thing that we've done on this is we've replaced the heat shield that sits above the rear silencer under the boot floor. We've replaced it with our own CNC laser cut version. Oh, nice. And it's improved the heat dispersal into the boot floor, but it's also far more aero for track days and just general performance. Wow. So it's a nice feature, and when you look at the one that came off versus ours, it's a nice thing. Yeah,
that's amazing that it's not just an exhaust with noise and stuff. You've thought about the whole package, especially people using these on track and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely benefit from things like that.
Something to note actually is all 3 variants of the system, even this non-res, are track day compliant.
Oh, cool.
As well.
So whatever you go for.
Whatever you go for. Yeah, if you've got things will change when you change the downpipe or the GPF. That will make things louder. And if you do the downpipe and GPF, you may want to consider a resonated or Road Plus system. Yeah. But if you're just going for a bolt-on system, then the non-res. Well, you'll hear it yourselves. It sounds absolutely lovely. Yeah. We're really pleased with it.
Amazing. And we've got the black tips here as well. And I think you can spec different tips for this system, am I right?
Yeah, so on this car here we've got the GT115 Milltek Sport tips, which are Cerakote black. You can also get them in polished, carbon, burnt titanium and brushed titanium. Oh man. And owners will also have the option, if they want, to have the kind of factory style setup where the centre tip is larger. If you want to do that using our tips, you can. But the only options will be carbon or the 2 titaniums, burnt titanium and brushed titanium. Amazing. But we all kind of collectively thought that we like the uniform look. It kind of just tidied it up. Yeah. And yeah, really pleased with it. Yeah,
I think one of our first things when we got the car was they've gone for the 3 oddly shaped tips again. Yeah. Why? And they made it look better than the FK8 because they put the big one in the middle this time. Yeah. But it definitely suits it better with 3 equal size tips, for sure.
Yeah, it does. We're really pleased with it. I think you guys will love it when you drive it. This kind of static sound tests, although it sounds much different now to how it is stock, when you're driving it you'll be able to get a true understanding of what we've done, because the valves don't open fully till I think it's about 3,500 revs on this. Cool. the development engineers will probably be shaking their heads right now because I've said something wrong, but that's my understanding of it. It sounds great now, but I think when you get it out and you drive it, you'll really know that it's got an exhaust on it.
Amazing, and I think there's talk of us doing a track day next week potentially.
Oh, cool.
So it'd be amazing to like actually unleash it and hit the red line.
Yeah,
with this on.
Definitely.
So yeah, thank you, Phil, and it's been amazing that you've taken our car and working with you once again.
Yeah.
I guess we'll cut to some static revving and some drive-bys here.
Yeah, and we'll show you around, and if there's anything you want to, show your viewers, you can.
Mint. Cool. Let's have a tour. That sounds brilliant.
So just like a real quick kind of insight into what we do. This is where all the kind of raw tube comes from. This is all sourced from a European stainless steel mill. It's premium T304L. It's far less prone to discoloration and degradation than other stainlesses of its kind, so it's premium tube. It comes in all different sizes, so you've got all your popular sizes like the 3-inch tube that's on your Civic, and we go all the way up to like much larger sizes that you might use for things like Nissan GTRs. But yeah, it all comes here. Everything starts out its life here, and from here it goes over there onto our tube and sheet laser cutter. It's a really efficient machine. It's a really efficient way of maximising what we do out of like lengths of stainless. So there's like minimal waste. Everything is really precise. The cuts are super clean. It's really kind of like state-of-the-art equipment. Yeah, this is like where they do all the sheet cutting, and we can cut like from quite thin up to quite thick sheet, all laser cut. You can see on that screen there like what's happening, but all the flanges are cut here, brackets, things like that.
So I'm just going to give you a little intro as to the car now. It's done the 600-mile braking period. When it crossed over onto the 600 miles, you could barely hear the exhaust when you're at the top of the revs. Like it was completely moot, really. Since then, we've obviously had the Milltek fitted, but it was interesting because when we were at Milltek, they said that the FL5 in standard format is 7 decibels quieter than the FK8 in standard format, which makes sense as to why it was completely silent. We've obviously now got the Milltek non-resonated system on, which to me sounds absolutely perfect. Like cold start, it's obviously smidge noisy at cold start. At idle, we're at idle now, and you can barely hear it. I drove back from Milltek the other day. We did obviously, dual carriageway speed, 70-80 mile an hour, and absolutely fine, no droning. I could talk on hands-free on the phone, absolutely no problem whatsoever. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be the one to go for, even though, historically a non-res system has been, a louder of the two. I think a resonated system will be much like, like an OEM Plus system, but I think for us that would be too quiet. Like we do want to hear the car. So yeah, I think this is the perfect setup. But yeah, we're going to do a bit of testing now, a few noise tests, and obviously let you guys hear what it sounds like. So we're just going to do a few pulls on the A50, so it's at 50 mile an hour. So yeah, I've just put it in R mode now. Milltek obviously say that this when it's in R mode, the